We've been very lucky. My mother was the Queen for a very long time.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
In the world of the British royal family, few are as fiercely independent as Princess Anne. Known for her no-nonsense attitude, bluntness, and unapologetic nature, she's never been one to shy away from expressing her true feelings. But behind the scenes, there was one individual who sparked an intense dislike like no other. Who was this person, and why did Princess Anne harbor such strong feelings toward them? In this video, we'll explore the deep-rooted tension and unravel the complex relationship that turned into a royal feud. Stay tuned as we uncover the reasons behind Princess Anne's notorious grudge. The controversy surrounding royal figures, Princess Anne and Meghan Markle. Royal figures have long fascinated the public, often becoming the subject of intense scrutiny and controversy. The British royal family, with its centuries-old traditions and global prominence, is no exception. Public intrigue surrounding these royals is fueled by their actions, decisions, and the media's portrayal of them. But why do certain royals attract more controversy than others? To understand this, we need to examine a blend of personal choices, media representation, and societal expectations. Historical context and royal expectations. The British monarchy is an institution steeped in history and tradition. Each member of the royal family occupies a position that demands not only personal adherence to these traditions but also public approval. This dual pressure often results in controversy when individual actions clash with public expectations or when media scrutiny intensifies. Princess Anne, a portrait of dedication and controversy. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, is a prime example of a royal figure who has navigated these waters with a unique blend of dedication and defiance. Born on August 15, 1950 at Clarence House in London, Anne was third in line to the throne behind her mother and her older brother Charles, who would later become King Charles III. Following her grandfather's death and her mother's ascension to the throne in 1952, Anne moved up to second in line, a position that marked the beginning of her public life. From an early age, Princess Anne exhibited a strong sense of duty, which set her apart from her siblings. Unlike her brother Charles and her younger brother Andrew, Anne seemed less interested in the trappings of royal glamour and more focused on fulfilling her responsibilities. Her commitment to service was evident as she transitioned from her education at Benenden School to a life of royal duties, showcasing a determination that would become a hallmark of her public persona. The 1974 assassination attempt. Princess Anne's resilience was put to the test in 1974, when at the age of 23, she survived a harrowing assassination attempt. Returning from a charitable event with her then-husband, Captain Mark Phillips, their vehicle was ambushed by Ian Ball, who brandished a firearm and fired at Anne's chauffeur and a courageous journalist who intervened. Ball's plan was to abduct Anne in exchange for a £2 million ransom. Despite the danger, Anne remained remarkably composed, famously responding to Ball's demand with the words, "Not likely." This incident not only underscored Anne's bravery, but also highlighted her commitment to her duties and her refusal to be intimidated. A royal legacy of service. Princess Anne's commitment to public service has been unwavering. Her approach to royal responsibilities is characterized by a refreshing lack of pretense, which contrasts sharply with the typical glamour associated with royalty. She is known for her candid demeanor and her focus on substantive work, rather than superficial appearances. This attitude is captured in her statement, "It's not about the dress you wear, but the life you lead," which reflects her belief in the importance of actions over appearances. Over the years, Princess Anne has maintained an exceptionally busy schedule, holding the record for the highest number of official engagements among all members of the royal family. With an average of over 500 engagements annually, her calendar is densely packed, including visits to charitable organizations, inaugurations, and state functions. Despite the demanding nature of her role, Anne's dedication remains steadfast, prioritizing her duties over personal recognition. Philanthropy and humanitarian efforts. Princess Anne's dedication to philanthropy is particularly notable. Since embarking on her public duties at the age of 18, Anne has consistently supported over 200 organizations globally. Her involvement goes beyond mere attendance. She takes a hands-on approach, especially with causes such as Save the Children. Anne's work with this organization has led her to some of the world's most challenging regions, where her efforts have made a tangible impact. In 1990, at the age of 39, Anne's humanitarian work earned her a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize, a testament to her significant contributions beyond the royal limelight. Her commitment to helping disadvantaged children reflects her belief in the power of action over mere words. During a BBC interview, she expressed her dedication to aiding vulnerable children around the world, demonstrating a profound sense of purpose and empathy, a sharp wit and dry humor. Despite the royal family's typical reserve, Princess Anne is known for her sharp wit and dry humor. Her public appearances often carry a touch of personality that makes her both relatable and respected. Her ability to infuse humor into her interactions provides a refreshing contrast to the usual formality associated with royalty. The relationship with Prince Harry. Princess Anne's role within the royal family extends to her support of other family members, including Prince Harry. Her influence on Harry's life and decisions is subtle, yet significant, reflecting her role as a supportive and protective family member. Anne's perspective on Harry and Meghan Markle, particularly during the controversies surrounding them, highlights her pragmatic approach to royal duties and family dynamics. The Duchess of Sussex. Meghan Markle's controversial journey. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, entered the royal spotlight with a background that starkly contrasted with traditional royal norms. Before marrying Prince Harry, Meghan gained recognition for her role in the television series Suits and her charitable work. Her relationship with Harry was initially celebrated as a modern fairy tale, symbolizing diversity and breaking away from conventional royal norms. However, the reality of royal life soon presented challenges. Meghan's American heritage and previous career in entertainment set her apart from traditional royal expectations, leading to intense media scrutiny and public criticism. The situation was exacerbated by her strained relationships with her extended family and the couple's decision to step back from senior royal responsibilities in early 2020, a move that was dubbed Megxit by the press. Initial concerns and public perception. Princess Anne's initial reaction to Meghan Markle was marked by skepticism. According to TV personality Deborah Davies, Anne, much like her father Prince Philip, saw through Meghan's charm and had reservations about her. These doubts were apparent at social events such as Harry and Meghan's wedding, where Anne's expressions of disapproval were noticeable. Despite Meghan's early popularity and the progressive image she brought to the royal family, her departure from traditional royal norms and the ensuing media frenzy fueled public discord. Anne's dissatisfaction with Meghan was further evident during the royal family's mourning period, following Prince Philip's funeral in April 2021. Meghan, who was pregnant with her daughter Lilibet, was unable to attend the funeral, a situation that some members of the royal family felt relieved to avoid, given the media spectacle that often surrounded her. The complex dynamics within the British royal family illustrate how individual actions, media representation, and public expectations converge to create controversy. Princess Anne's no-nonsense attitude and commitment to duty stand in contrast to the challenges faced by newer members like Meghan Markle. As public figures, both women navigate a landscape fraught with scrutiny and expectations, each handling their roles in their distinct ways. Understanding their stories provides insight into the broader narrative of royal controversy and the intricate balance between personal identity and public perception. Princess Anne and Meghan Markle, a study in royal controversy. Princess Anne's early doubts and Meghan Markle's royal experience. The British royal family, with its centuries-old traditions and expectations, often finds itself at the heart of public scrutiny, especially when its members step beyond conventional norms. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, has long been a figure of steadfast commitment to royal duties, while Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has brought a modern, yet contentious twist to the royal narrative. Princess Anne, born on August 15, 1950, at Clarence House, London, has always been seen as a no-nonsense royal. Her demeanor, often described as straightforward and practical, has set her apart from other members of the royal family. She was third in line to the throne at birth, moving up to second in line following the death of her grandfather and her mother's ascension as queen in 1952. Anne's dedication to her royal duties became apparent early on, distinguishing her from her siblings Charles and Andrew, who were often more caught up in the trappings of royal life. Anne's commitment to service was put to the test in 1974, when she faced a harrowing assassination attempt. While returning from a charitable event with her first husband, Captain Mark Phillips, their vehicle was ambushed by Ian Ball, who intended to kidnap Anne in exchange for a ransom. The attack was violent. Ball fired at their chauffeur and a journalist who intervened. Anne's reaction was notably calm under pressure, famously responding to Ball's demand to leave the vehicle with a resolute, "Not likely." This incident highlighted not only her bravery, but also her intrinsic sense of duty and composure under extreme duress. Princess Anne's career was marked by a rigorous commitment to public service. Upon reaching adulthood, she embraced her royal role with fervor, engaging in numerous charitable activities and fulfilling her royal duties with an admirable sense of responsibility. By 1987, she was honored with the title of Princess Royal, a testament to her dedication and hard work. Her approach to her royal responsibilities was characterized by a refreshing lack of pretense, which contrasted sharply with the more glamorous image often associated with royalty. Anne's focus was always on the substance of her work, rather than the superficial aspects of her role, a philosophy encapsulated in her remark, "It's not about the dress you wear, but the life you lead." Her dedication extended to an impressive number of official engagements, averaging over 500 per year, which translated to more than one event per day. Her commitments ranged from supporting charitable organizations to attending state functions on behalf of the Queen. This unrelenting schedule spoke volumes about her dedication to her royal duties, which she consistently prioritized over personal recognition. Princess Anne's commitment was not limited to her public appearances. It extended to her hands-on involvement in charitable causes. Her work with Save the Children, for instance, took her to some of the most challenging and perilous regions globally. Her nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1990 underscored the significant impact of her humanitarian efforts. Despite the royal family's usual reserve, Anne's sharp wit and dry humor made her both relatable and respected, adding a personal touch to her public engagements. When Meghan Markle entered the royal fold as the Duchess of Sussex, she brought a different set of dynamics to the royal family. Before her marriage to Prince Harry, Meghan was known for her role on the television show Suits and her charitable work. The union between Meghan and Harry was initially celebrated as a modern fairy tale, highlighting Meghan's biracial heritage and the promise of greater diversity within the royal family. However, the fairy tale quickly became complex as Meghan's experiences with the royal family unveiled deeper issues of race, mental health, and institutional support. In a revealing interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan discussed feelings of loneliness and a lack of institutional support, revealing troubling conversations about her child's racial background. These disclosures ignited a global conversation about race, mental health, and the hidden pressures of royal life. Princess Anne's early skepticism about Meghan's suitability for royal life appeared prescient. According to royal expert Neil Sean, Anne advised Meghan to approach royal duties as a serious responsibility rather than a path to celebrity. This advice highlighted the demanding nature of royal life, which requires significant dedication and engagement in philanthropic endeavors. Anne's reservations were reportedly echoed by Lady Colin Campbell, who claimed that Anne had cautioned Harry against marrying Meghan due to concerns about her character traits and perceived egocentrism. The tensions between Meghan and the royal family became more evident following the Queen's passing in September 2022. The brief, tense encounter between Harry, Meghan, William, and Catherine outside Windsor Castle, analyzed by body language experts, underscored the strain in their relationships, exacerbated by Harry and Meghan's revealing interview with Oprah. Sarah Ferguson, the unconventional Duchess. Sarah Ferguson, known as Fergie, has been a polarizing figure within the British royal family, distinguished by her non-traditional approach and frequent media controversies. Born Sarah Margaret Ferguson on October 15, 1959, she entered the royal spotlight through her marriage to Prince Andrew, the second son of Queen Elizabeth II and the younger brother of King Charles III. Fergie's lineage connected her to the British royal family through both royal and noble lines, including King Charles II's illegitimate children and other prominent ancestors. Her marriage to Prince Andrew in 1986 brought her into the public eye, and she became known as the Duchess of York. The couple's union produced two daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. From the start, Fergie's vibrant personality and approachability set her apart from other royal family members, whose demeanor often leaned towards reserve and formality. Her lively, often impromptu nature endeared her to the public, but clashed with the royal family's more reserved protocols. Princess Anne in particular had a contrasting demeanor, steadfast, practical, and less inclined towards the public glamour that Fergie embraced. The friction between Anne and Fergie was palpable, particularly in the early years of Fergie's marriage to Prince Andrew. Anne's blunt communication style and commitment to royal duties contrasted sharply with Fergie's more media-friendly and sometimes controversial public persona. Royal photographer Steve Wood noted that Anne often felt overshadowed by Fergie, whose more visible image drew significant media attention. Anne expressed her frustration, feeling that her dedicated efforts were not receiving the recognition they deserved compared to Fergie's more glamorous public appearances. Fergie's relationship with the press was a significant factor in her contentious relationship with the royal family. While Anne maintained a reserved and discreet public image, Fergie frequently found herself embroiled in sensational media controversies. Her financial challenges, business dealings, and high-profile encounters with the press exacerbated the rift between her and the royal family. The most infamous scandal involving Fergie occurred in August 1992, when the Daily Mirror published compromising photographs of her with American financial manager John Bryan. The images, which showed Bryan in a compromising situation with Fergie, led to widespread public ridicule and severe damage to her royal status. The publication of these images resulted in a legal battle, with the French magazine Paris Match paying compensation for the release of the photos. The scandal further strained Fergie's relationship with the royal family. By early 1993, despite ongoing speculation about a potential reconciliation between Fergie and Andrew, their formal separation was finalized. The Queen's disapproval and Princess Margaret's critical letter added to the turmoil surrounding Fergie's position within the royal family. The ultimate divorce in April 1996 marked the end of a tumultuous marriage, leaving Fergie to navigate life post-divorce amidst financial challenges and ongoing public scrutiny. Despite the separation, Fergie and Prince Andrew maintained a close and unconventional relationship. They continued to appear together at family events and public gatherings, leading to ongoing speculation about their post-divorce relationship. Their continued cohabitation and public appearances together, especially in light of past controversies, remain a topic of fascination and discussion. Cherie Blair, the dynamic legal mind. Cherie Blair, the spouse of former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, represents a unique blend of legal acumen and public life. Born Cherie Booth on April 23, 1954, Blair distinguished herself as a prominent figure in the field of law, particularly human rights law. Her educational background includes a degree from the London School of Economics, where she excelled in her studies and later achieved the esteemed designation of Queen's Counsel. Cherie Blair's career in law has been marked by her commitment to social justice and human rights. Her work in these fields has garnered respect and recognition, establishing her as a significant legal figure in her own right. Her marriage to Tony Blair, who served as Prime Minister from 1997 to 2007, brought her into the public eye and added a political dimension to her professional and personal life. Throughout her time in the public sphere, Cherie Blair has navigated the complexities of balancing a high-profile career with the demands of public scrutiny. Her work has often intersected with issues of social justice and human rights, reflecting her commitment to these causes. Despite the challenges of public life, Cherie Blair's contributions to the legal field have left a lasting impact, highlighting her dedication to advancing human rights and justice. The complex dynamics of Princess Anne, interactions and feuds with Cherie Blair, Princess Diana, and Camilla Parker Bowles. Cherie Blair, a clash of personalities and protocols. Cherie Blair, born Cherie Booth on April 23, 1954, emerged as a significant figure in British public life due to her marriage to Tony Blair, who served as Prime Minister from 1997 to 2007. Cherie's background in law, particularly her work in human rights, and her role as the First Lady of the United Kingdom, brought her into the spotlight. However, her time in this role was marked by various challenges, particularly in her interactions with the British royal family, especially Princess Anne. Cherie's introduction into the royal sphere was fraught with tension. Her first meeting with Princess Anne at Balmoral in 1997 was notable for its frosty reception. Sherry's attempt to address Princess Anne by her first name, rather than using the formal Mrs. Blair, was met with Anne's stern response, "I'd rather not. It's not the way I've been brought up." This exchange, recounted in Sherry's memoir Speaking for Myself, set a tone of discord between the two women. Sherry's attempt to bridge the gap with casual familiarity was sharply rebuffed, underscoring a clash in values and expectations. The relationship between Sherry and Princess Anne was marked by several instances of friction. During the Queen's Golden Jubilee celebrations in 2002, Sherry's decision to take an impromptu walkabout was seen as a breach of royal protocol. Her attempt to engage with Princess Anne, only to be met with a dismissive attitude, was a notable moment of tension. Sherry expressed her displeasure, stating that she had been completely ignored, a sentiment that highlighted the growing estrangement between her and the royal family. The difficulties Sherry faced were compounded by her discomfort with royal customs and practices. Visits to Balmoral Castle were particularly challenging for her. The cold, drafty accommodations and the early morning bagpipe wake-up calls were jarring, and her dislike for the royal dress code, which disapproved of women wearing trousers, further alienated her from the royal traditions. One memorable incident involved the Queen Mother's embarrassment over Sherry wearing trousers to a formal meal, a stark example of the clash between Sherry's more modern sensibilities and the rigid expectations of the royal household. Sherry's allergic reactions to the royal dogs added to her distress, causing physical discomfort that further marred her experiences at Balmoral. By the end of her visit, Sherry had lost her voice, a metaphorical and literal indication of her strained interactions with the royal family. An encounter with Princess Margaret, known for her sharp wit, also ended with Sherry feeling humiliated, adding another layer of complexity to her strained relationship with the royals. Princess Anne's disapproval of Sherry was not limited to these isolated incidents. It was also reflective of a broader attitude toward Sherry's approach to the royal role and established protocols. Anne's skepticism about Sherry's intentions and diplomatic skills seemed rooted in a deeper sense of unease about Sherry's departure from traditional royal norms. Princess Diana, the people's princess, and her strained relationship with Princess Anne. Princess Diana, known as the People's Princess, captured the public's heart with her compassion, charisma, and commitment to charitable causes. Born Diana Frances Spencer on July 1, 1961, she married Prince Charles in 1981, becoming a central figure in the global limelight. Diana's genuine empathy and dedication to various social issues, including HIV/AIDS awareness and anti-landmine campaigns, endeared her to millions. However, Diana's relationship with Princess Anne was marked by tension. On the surface, the two women appeared to have little in common. Diana's charm and magnetism contrasted sharply with Anne's practical and steadfast nature. Anne's commitment to traditional values and royal obligations led her to disapprove of Diana's bold fashion choices and the excessive media attention surrounding her glamorous persona. Anne's disapproval extended to Diana's use of the press to highlight her philanthropic efforts, which Anne perceived as self-promotion rather than a noble pursuit. The media frequently reported on the strained dynamic between the two women. Anne's discomfort with Diana's contemporary approach to royal duties was evident, particularly in light of Diana's transition into motherhood. The anticipated selection of Anne as the godmother to Diana's first child, Prince William, was a point of contention. Despite King Charles's support for Anne, Diana chose to overlook her in favor of other candidates. The situation was repeated with Prince Harry's christening, where Anne was again overlooked. Diana's preference for a male godparent for her son and her differing views on royal duties highlighted the underlying tensions between her and Anne. During the 1980s, Anne was recognized for her dedication and extensive public appearances. However, media attention was disproportionately focused on Diana, leading to perceptions of Anne being overshadowed. A notable instance occurred during Anne's royal tour in the United States, when the birth of Prince William generated widespread media frenzy. Anne's seemingly indifferent response to the news was interpreted by some as a lack of enthusiasm, further fueling the narrative of discord. Diana's tragic death in 1997 had a profound impact on Anne. Reports indicated that Anne felt deeply saddened and haunted by the realization that she had not fully understood the challenges Diana faced within the royal environment. This reflection suggested a level of empathy and regret, indicating a more nuanced understanding of Diana's struggles. Camilla Parker Bowles, a complex relationship with Princess Anne. Camilla Parker Bowles, born Camilla Rosemary Shand on July 17, 1947, became a significant figure in the British royal family through her marriage to Prince Charles. Her relationship with Princess Anne, marked by a series of complex interactions, reflects a deeper narrative of personal and familial tensions. In the 1970s, Camilla and Princess Anne were both romantically involved with Andrew Parker Bowles, who ultimately married Camilla. Despite Andrew's marriage to Camilla, rumors persisted about Anne's lingering affection for him. Practical considerations, such as Andrew's Catholic faith, posed obstacles to any serious romantic involvement between him and Anne. In 1995, Camilla's divorce from Andrew marked a significant turning point. 10 years later, her marriage to Prince Charles solidified her position within the royal family. The union received mixed reactions, with Anne demonstrating a reserved stance toward Camilla. The relationship between Anne and Camilla was marked by underlying tensions, partly due to Camilla's integration into the royal family and her role alongside Charles. One notable incident occurred during a coronation dinner, where disputes arose over Camilla's new designation. Anne reportedly addressed Camilla, emphasizing that despite her status as queen consort, she would not be accepted as the rightful queen by the British public. This confrontation underscored the ongoing discord between Anne and Camilla, reflecting deeper issues within the royal household. Over time, the relationship between Anne and Camilla evolved. Analysts observed a gradual improvement in their interactions as Camilla adapted to her role alongside King Charles. The reduction in public strife suggested a greater understanding and mutual respect between the two women, reflecting a more nuanced dynamic within the royal family. The nature of royal feuds. The feuds and tensions involving Princess Anne, Cherie Blair, Princess Diana, and Camilla Parker Bowles illustrate the complexities of royal relationships. Each interaction reflects underlying issues of personality clashes, differing values, and the pressures of public scrutiny. The dynamics between these individuals reveal the intricate balance of personal and institutional expectations within the British royal family, highlighting the challenges faced by those navigating the royal sphere. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to us, and we're thrilled to have had you join us for this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on our latest content. We also want to give a special shout out to our amazing viewers for all your contributions and support. Whether it's through your comments, shares, or just tuning in, every bit of engagement helps us continue creating content that you love. Don't forget to click on the next video displayed on your screen to keep the fun going. We can't wait to see you there. Thanks again and have a fantastic day.